Hi there, welcome to week 6 of Textile Techniques. Tonight I'll be covering using Bondaweb Applique but creating 3D forms and shapes. So I have a couple of examples here for you where I've created a double layer sample and just folded these and created sort of rectangular shapes and triangular shapes on my samples to kind of give the fabric a little bit more of a sort of sculpted feel to it. And this is just another little example here. So depending on the type of fabric that you're using or the type of technique, whether you have Bondaweb or not, I'll show you how you sort of can create more sort of sculpted elements into your samples. So what I'm going to start off with, I'll just pop those here just now, is I've got my two contrasting fabrics which I'm going to use. I've just cut them just A5 as my sample, and then I'll show you what to do next. So with that, I also have my Bondaweb sheets. So as I showed you before, this area has a sort of rough side and the other side is smooth. So if you remember, you want to have your rough side facing down onto your fabric and then just iron on top. Like so. Pop that to one side, and then on your other fabric, again, rough side down, and then just iron on top of that. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to peel this off. So again, you just want to grab, and you'll see that you can see the sort of sticky residue that's been left on your fabric. So just peel that off. Put that to one side. Let's grab a wee section. Same with this one. You're just going to grab one side. And again, you've got that sticky residue there. So what you're going to do next is you're going to have your sticky residue on this particular fabric facing you, and then on your contrast fabric you're going to have that facing down. So you're going to stick your two sticky sides together and then just iron on top. So you can see that a bit better. So now that those two are stuck together, you can then start to cut out and create shapes. So I've got my fabric sample here. And then what I've done is with this particular element, I've cut it into a rectangular shape, and then I've just started to fold and just sort of play about with the piece that I've cut out. So I'll just show you how to do that. So you've got this here, so you're just going to fold it into little triangles. Now you can fold any shape you want. This is just something that I particularly like doing. And then if you want, you can just quickly give it a little press with the iron just to make sure that that stays in place. And then that, when you open that up, then you should have your sort of indentations in your fabric. And then you can just start to place where you want things to go. Again, I've just cut out some little squares, and I might just fold that down to sort of create more of a sort of 3D sculpted area. And then you can just start to place where you want to sort of have things on your fabric so that you kind of have something that looks like this. Again, you don't have to do these particular shapes. You can sort of fold and create any sort of shapes that you wish that you want to have on your fabric sample. For people who don't have any Bondaweb, that's absolutely fine. Again, I've just created the same sort of technique where I've cut a strip of my fabric and then just started to fold it. And then simply all I've done is just placed it onto my sample and then just sort of tacked it in place for where I want it to be. And again, just sort of folded different sizes of rectangle pieces of fabric. Here are some other examples of how this type of technique can be used within the industry. So hopefully this will inspire you to create some unique pieces for tonight's class. So tonight's class that we've covered is 3D applique with Bondaweb.